Shed those kilos of unwanted body fat while refueling your rugby performance with these 3 simple but effective nutrition tips for rugby leanness and performance. Plus, a cheeky little bonus at the end you won't want to miss. Improving body composition and becoming lean as a rugby player is tough. Rugby demands a lot of energy from us physically and mentally. So trying to refine nutrition becomes too big of a challenge to commit to. So we end up going around in circles. We make a commitment to change, but then we end up finding it way too energy sapping and difficult. So we just go back to settling for our current state. And trust me, I have been there. I was in this struggle as a young player for years until I figured out these key and quite frankly easy ways to sort nutrition and get leaner. So let's get into the 3 tips for rugby players to get lean and stay energized for their performance, and make sure you stick around until the end for that bonus. Tip 1 is to focus on energy balance. This is everybody's bread and butter for losing unwanted body fat. To get leaner, aim for a minor calorie deficit, and this can be achieved through careful food intake or increased activity levels. Track what you eat and find ways to reduce unnecessary calories, such as opting for lower calorie snack options or incorporating more physical activity into your daily routine. We emphasize the word minor deficit because you need energy to perform. So especially in the playing season, that's really important. Major deficits can leave you feeling really drained, and they definitely won't help you with your performance on the pitch. Action step: track your nutrition. Use apps like MyFitnessPal, see what food or drink that can be swapped to reduce your calorie intake if you're currently consuming too many calories on a daily basis. For more detail on energy balance for rugby, you can check out this video as well. Tip number 2 is to prioritize your protein intake. Make protein a central part of every single meal. We need protein for growth and repair of lean mass, aiding in our metabolism, keeping us feeling full, and many more positive functions in the body. Action step 2, aim to include a source of high quality protein like lean meats, fish, eggs, or maybe plant-based options such as nuts or seeds in every meal or snack over the next few days, so that you can get an even spread of protein intake throughout the day, and aim high. Lots of protein is always good for rugby players. Tip number 3 is to make minor adjustments to your current diet. Instead of overhauling your entire diet and starting new, focus on making minor adjustments. The last thing you want to do as a busy rugby player is to flip your whole lifestyle on its head. It's just not going to happen and it won't work. Think of making simple swaps or adjustments to what you're doing right now. And this could potentially mean swapping out some potentially processed food choices for whole foods, or maybe you want to slightly reduce the portion sizes of slightly less nutrient dense foods. These small sustainable changes are going to lead to massive gains over time. Action step number 3 is what swaps or adjustments could you make this week to your current nutrition that would help you in the long run to get leaner. Write it down and action it. Bonus tip is all about timing your intake. As rugby players, you are likely to have bigger, harder, more demanding days of training or games than others during the week. You need more energy for those big days and you need less for those small days. Use our simple traffic light system to time this. Demanding days such as game days, or if you have heavy trainings, these are red days. Therefore, this is a red day for nutrition. Lots of carbs for energy, lots of protein for growth and repair, loads of water for hydration. Whereas green days, these would be days off or recovery days. Here, we want to manage our carb intake as we don't need as much immediate energy to perform. And if you are aiming for a calorie deficit, these are the best days to do so. As if you do become slightly fatigued, it's okay because you're not playing rugby. By focusing on energy balance, protein intake, and making minor adjustments instead of massive changes, you'll be able to get leaner and still have quality energy for your rugby. If you want to dive deeper into these strategies, check out the description below and get into our free rugby portal filled with resources to support your nutrition.